It had been some time since Henry was let out of the tunnel. It was well timed as Gordon had burst his safety valve. Both Henry and Edward made it to the station at the end of the line. Edward, Henry, and Gordon all became friends. Ever since, Henry doesn't mind the rain now, but his driver always made sure to give the NWR's number 3 a rub-down when the day's work was over. Then one day, Henry had steaming troubles again. The driver and fireman tried hard, but it was no good. Because of Henry's firebox not being able to produce enough heat, James was ordered by Sir Topham Hatt to fetch Welsh coal on the mainland. However, James was not due back till the morning, and a special fish train down at the harbor would be prepared to leave for the end of the line. Sir Topham Hatt arrived with grave concern. "Unfortunately, Henry is out of commission, and James is delayed on the mainland as a result," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I will need you, Edward, to take the Flying Kipper." Edward felt unsure, but said, "Understood, sir. I won't let you down. That's a good engine. The train is due to leave in the morning. It's best you get a good night's rest." Edward smiled nervously as Sir Topham Hatt walked away. Thomas, who was in the berth next to Edward, spoke up. "I'll shut the trucks for you. Then when you get to the docks, all you'll have to do is back onto the train." "That's very kind of you, Thomas." So arrangements were made, and Edward went fast asleep. Thomas made his way to the docks, shunning the long line of vans into place. Boxes were loaded into each one of the vans, the workmen ensuring they were coupled properly. Thomas, remembering Edward's advice on handling trucks, shunted the consist into place. The foreman was very impressed. "Well done, Thomas. Henry will be pleased." Thomas told the foreman about the change in the schedule. The foreman was concerned. "When he arrives, I'll advise Edward to take care and proceed with the utmost caution. If this was the winter, then there would be immense confusion, yet further delay." "Understood, sir." The foreman tipped his hat of approval, and Thomas made his way back to the sheds. The blue tank engine arrived back and was tired. "Good luck, Edward," Thomas whispered before drifting off to sleep. Soon, it was early morning. Edward's crew arrived, and they lit his fire, made lots of steam, and Edward puffed away to the docks. Edward was surprised that it was only a handful of vans. "That's a mercy," said Edward's driver, but then the foreman strode up. "Be careful, Edward. These vans are very heavy. Take your time. I'll inform the stations ahead to let them know that you're coming their way. Don't worry about being on time." The foreman walked away. Soon, the last of the crates were loaded into the vans. The last door banged. The guard blew his whistle, waved his green flag. The Flying Kipper was ready to go. "Come along, come along, come along," puffed Edward to the vans. The vans shuddered and groaned. "Chalk trick, chalk trick, chalk trick, chalk trick, chalk trick. All right, all right, all right." That is better, chuffed Edward. His fire was burning brightly, and all signals were green. As they passed at each of the stations, boxes were unloaded, and Edward was making good time. The cool summer winds eased the wise old engine of any self-doubt. The fish, though its smell was strong, didn't deter Edward from getting to the end of the line. Edward steamed across the island. The vans were heavy, but Edward was determined. The driver maintained speed. "Steady, Edward, steady!" It was a hard effort, but at last, Edward made it to the station at the end of the line. Edward, triumphant, felt relieved. "We did it!" Edward was soon uncoupled from the vans. Daylight fully broke by the time Edward got back to the sheds. He was so tired and happy. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting. He was smiling. "Well done, Edward. You were right on time. I am proud of you." Edward smiled. "Henry is feeling much better thanks to James bringing over the Welsh coal. He's steaming much better than he did before. So you won't have to take the Kipper for the foreseeable future." "Thank you, sir," Edward said tiredly, and soon he fell asleep. Edward knew Sir Topham Hatt could rely on him in a time of need. Henry was very thankful when Edward returned, But from that day forward, the workmen would always remember Edward's heroics, pulling the Old Iron Kipper.